Welcome to the Twisted Twig. Just take a seat in that waiting area for now. I'll be with you in just a moment. Just one last thing. Ah, yes. Okay. Now let's see. Ah, there you are. Sorry about that wait. I'm used to business being slow, but recently there's been quite the increase in orders, and no increase in help. All of this thanks in part, I'm sure, to the King's new policies. But I'm sure you didn't come in here to talk about politics. What is it that I can do for you today? You're not sure? A curious reason to be coming into a place like this, especially now. You should know that it can be quite dangerous, being seen around those of us who, well, I suppose I could call it, prefer to stick to the old ways. They haven't technically made it illegal yet, but I'd bet my cauldron that the king is working on it as we speak. But you've gotten me sidetracked again. My apologies. It seems that my mind is a little all over the place these days. I don't mean to ramble at you. Gods know I appreciate any paying customer that's brave enough to come in these days, especially new ones. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your first time coming here, is it not? Yes, I thought so. Well, I'm not sure how you found this place, as it tends to be better to keep things like this off the radar these days, but I'm glad that you have found it nonetheless. I suppose I can give you a bit of a tour, as it is your first time, and perhaps that will help you understand why you've come in for my help today. Alrighty then. Without further ado, this is the Twisted Twig, in case you can't read the sign out front. And, well, officially, we sell homemade herbal remedies. That's a term you might want to remember, by the way. If anyone official-looking asks you what you came in for, make sure that that's your answer, dearie. But, well, and I mean no offense by this, but you don't really seem like the type that would be a spy for the royal army. Not to mention the fact that you came in here all quiet-like, rather than guns blazing. Oh, don't worry, dear. That is definitely a compliment. Coming from my lips, anyway. And it would be the same if it had come from most of the types that I prefer to associate with. Believe me, we have no love for the king and his new laws here, nor those who choose to enforce them. But I digress. Here at the Twisted Twig, I work to make and sell all kinds of remedies that you can't get at the trading post, if you catch my meaning. The king and his associates can make as many laws limiting magic as they want to, but it's not going to stop those who were already choosing to use it for evil. They were never much concerned with the law anyway, even when I did agree with it. And those types tend to enjoy subverting the will of nature itself, which, at least to us here on this side of the fence, is much more important than anything some old fart in a castle could write up. I suppose that kind of talk can be a little shocking to one such as yourself. Perhaps I should tone it down for the newbie, Apologies, but I do think that you'll find many of my customers here tend to have the same type of opinions. I'm not used to being censored in the comfort of my own shop, though I suppose since you're the one that came here, whatever you hear might be good for you in the end, whether it comes as a bit of a shock at first or not. Anyway, I suppose we should get down to business. It's not often that I have a new customer, and it seems I've forgotten how to behave myself. Human manners tend to slip my mind after being surrounded by only nature for long enough. What is your name, child? That's a much better start than a rant about a sorry excuse for a king. Ah, now that is a pretty one, and I find it suits you as well. I myself have many names, some fitting, some not, but most of my customers here call me simply Rain. I suppose it describes what I do here well enough. Cleansing and renewal. Is that what you came here for? No reason to be shy about it now, my friend. I have seen lots of clients in my day, and I assure you, there's little that I haven't heard about and helped with. You can consider me a kind of healer, if you like. And as such, any conditions or ailments that I help you with will be strictly confidential. That being said, I can't help you unless you tell me what's wrong. Ah, I see. So you're not quite sure. Can you describe your symptoms, then? Insomnia? Lack of interest? You're feeling lethargic. I see. Well, there's a number of magical things that could be causing something like that. Despite the king's attempts to stop them, there are still a number of magical traps all over the kingdom, not to mention curses, hexes, and, of course, there could be a number of natural causes for this problem as well. But no worries, dear. It's nothing that I won't be able to fix with a little bit of thinking and time. Do you mind if I get a better read of you? It may help me determine some of the origins of this ailment of yours. The feeling of being read can be a bit invasive. So you're welcome to say no if that makes you uncomfortable. There's always other ways that I can... Ah, so you are okay with it. Excellent. Here, come around the counter and join me on this side. I need to look into your eyes. Ah, yes. May I touch your face, dear? Good. Now let's see. Yes. I see what you mean. It seems as though you have been dimmed or perhaps blurred somehow. Yes. I do think that there is something I can do about that. Let's see. I have many of the ingredients I need on hand, but it will take some time before I am able to have the perfect remedy for you. There is one more piece that I do not usually keep on the store at all times. It will take some time for me to acquire. Oh, don't despair, my dear. Though it's true that I can't in good conscience say that I can fully heal you now, I will do my best to help ease your symptoms until a more permanent solution can be crafted. Now, let's see. Ah, yes, here we are. This will do to take care of a myriad of magical ailments. It's not yet perfectly crafted to your problem specifically, but I hope it can tide you over until something better can be found. Hmm? Your money will not be necessary just yet. There's no need to pay me for just a simple cure such as this. I know the kinds of reasons that people end up here, rather than just your average apothecary. And especially since you are desperate enough to become a first-time customer of mine at a time like this, well, the thank you is appreciated, though I'm simply glad that I'm just able to help you. When you allowed me to read you earlier, my magic revealed more than just your ailments. It showed me quite a bit more. You have a good heart, my dear, and it seems that many of your associates have not treated you well for it. If it's not an intrusion, there are a handful of spare beds in the back for healing patients. And in this case, I think you definitely would qualify, though it seems that your wounds may not be of the physical sort. You are welcome to stay here until your true medicine can be completed. There are quite a few benefits to resting in a place that is so in tune with nature and the protective magic that it can provide. I think that you will find your sleep is quite a bit more restful here than any that you've been having as of late. No, friend, of course it's no problem if you stay. And it's no extra cost either, if that is of any concern for you. Here, the beds are right through here. I changed the sheets only this morning, so they should be nice and fresh. Yes, get as comfortable as you need to, and rest as long as you need. Let me know if you need anything. I'll be waiting right through this door for when you wake.